walk is the foundation for me of my art practice, and going out into nature and being inspired again and again by what I see feeds my life, feeds my heart, and feeds my soul, and it brings me back again and again to wanting to create something that is equal to the beauty that I am privileged to see every day. And winter's beauty here in California gives us these really special combinations of grayed blue skies and muted earth-toned hills, especially this year with the drought that we're suffering. And these colors offer these kinds of challenges of how do you get past just a blue and a tan, but create something that is actually as beautiful as you can bring it to be to those muted colors. So I'm playing here today with mixing up simply a series of blues and a series of earth colors. And what I'm doing is taking the basic idea of, say, orange, and then I'm diluting it. I'm saturating it with a darker color, say umber, an earth color, and then lightening it with, say, white. And then that may be too peachy, so I'm adding in something that will give it more of the warmth of the yellow or the red. And I'm giving myself these little mini palettes full of information about when you take, say, yellow and red and make orange, and then you lighten it with white, or you darken it with burnt sienna, and then you tweak it with a little bit more cadmium red or a little bit more cadmium yellow, and then you soften it with some other color. What do you end up with? Are you getting close to what you saw? If not, how do you make it softer or brighter or duller or more chromatic? And what I want you to do today is take a walk in your world and see some of the big color stories that are part of the world you live in. And then set about just experimenting with taking those two colors, that blue sky, that tan earth, or whatever it is where you are, and play with creating a naturalistic representation of that color. First of all, just how do you make that blue look more natural by adding in a little warmth from the variety of options you have, yellow, red, blue. And then play with things like coating your square, your paper, with a warm tone, wipe off the excess, and then come back on top of it with your sky color, your blue or your gray. And see how the possibility of enhancing a color, making it that much more interesting, that much more rich, is made possible by the breath of the underpainting coming through your brush strokes. This is about playing, experimenting, exploring. When you have that question of what if I did this, what if I laid in a darker or a lighter tone next to this square, do it. I would mark off a bunch of rectangles and give yourself permission to just play. Start off with the idea of creating two basic colors in as many variations as you can come up with. And then when you've finished with your explorations, just remove the tape and take a look at what you've created. And you might find a template for a landscape or the foundation for an abstracted painting. You might find that color you've been searching for but haven't been able to find. And somehow or another, your favorite color might somehow jump right back into the mix, as it does for me, with that rose madder sneaking into the rest. And then go back out and see if you've come close to the beauty of your world. Remember, it's a process.